Play City fam, what is up? It is Bobby, about to go into my second home at the grocery store for a really important video about how to navigate the grocery store aisles like a pro and how to look out for what I consider maybe the 5 most important things in the grocery store to avoid and how to replace them with better options. We're talking about salts, we're talking about processed plant-based oils, organic items, non-GMO items, how to avoid weed killer in the foods we eat every single day. It can be a little bit of a landmine upstairs in the grocery store, but I'm going to show you how to navigate it like a boss and put the best quality products in your body and your family's body, because that's what this channel is all about. Also, this channel is all about not missing out on any of the action, so subscribe to the channel, but more importantly, there's a bell icon right below the video. My friends, 5 to 6 videos every single week in the grocery store and live streams, making a recipe from start to finish. You don't want to miss out, so enable all notifications. Now, let's mask up. Let's go do some shopping. Who would have thought so many options could be for salt? I mean, you have all these different varieties of salt, and what's the difference, right? Salt is salt. It's all the same. It's not, my friends. There's a really big difference between good salts that taste good and are good for you and bad salts. And this is one of the worst salts, in my opinion, around there. Any kind of salt that's bleached or processed. So these white crystals in here are heavily processed. What do I mean? Processed, they take the unrefined raw salt from the sea or from the mine they get it from. They bleach it, they process it, they strip it from all their minerals, and they put anti-caking agents in this box so it comes out easily. Why is that bad? Because the minerals that are in salt are actually good and good for you. And when you get salt like this, that is straight up sodium chloride, no other minerals, it actually spikes your blood pressure more than unrefined salt. So if you cook with something like this, or like a diamond crystal or iodized table salt, stop doing it. What would I do instead? There's some amazing unrefined salts on the market, and these guys, Celtic sea salt from Brittany, France, make one of my favorite salts of all time. They don't have it in the store, but they have a gourmet kosher salt. I'll put a link down below. That's great because when you see something called kosher, a rabbi didn't bless this salt. Kosher refers to the size of the salt crystal. It's a bigger crystal that you can pinch and easily season. I don't love to cook with fine ground salt because it tends to go through your fingers and you can't really measure how much salt you're putting in there. But a fine salt like that is great for finishing over sliced steak. If you're making a big steak, something like a Celtic gray salt, which is really chunky, is great. Now, you might be saying, yeah, but Bobby, I need my iodized table salt because I need iodine in my diet, so I usually cook with this. Well, my friends, if you're cooking with something like this, you're getting that salt that is bleached, processed, and refined and has all those minerals that not only taste good, but that are good for you taken out. It's like saying, hey, I'm gonna get like a Ferrari car, but put a jalopy engine in there. You don't want that, so get rid of this, use the better salts. If you need iodine in your diet, eat more seafood, eat snacks like dried seaweed, or get something called Lugol's iodine drops. I'll put that link down below. It's a supplement. You just put it in water. That's way better than eating this cruddy salt just for the iodine purposes. Another unrefined salt that's very, very popular now is Himalayan pink salt. And this is great too, but keep in mind, I'd rather you use something like this because Himalayan pink salt comes from the Pakistani mountain region. It really varies in quality, so you don't know the quality you're getting. That being said, any quality of this, in my opinion, is better than the really cruddy salt. So who would have thought there's so much thought and so much health behind the kind of salt you use? But swap out the bad salts in your pantry with the good salts. It tastes better, it's better for you, it's a total game changer in the kitchen. Walk around the grocery store, any grocery store, and one of the buzziest buzzwords right now is non-GMO. You'll see it all over products, even in places where there are no GMOs. It doesn't occur, but they stick it on the package to make me and you, the consumer, feel warm and fuzzy. So I want to walk around and show you some of the places it needs to be, but many of the places that you'll see it, that it doesn't really matter. But what exactly is non-GMO? You'll see it right here. So that's one of the official organizations that certifies non-GMO. Here's the deal. If something is USD organic, by default, it's always non-GMO. If something is non-GMO, it doesn't mean it's organic. Those two have nothing to do with each other. So when you see something that's non-GMO, that means it's made from a seed that isn't genetically modified. So in this case, a black bean. A black bean is never genetically modified. The main offenders of GMOs are soy and corn, a little bit of potatoes and apples here and there. But the only reason why they're putting non-GMO on the can here is a marketing term to make you feel good. And once again, when you see organic, you never have to worry about GMOs because it's illegal to have a GMO breed of food that happens to be organic. So let me show you another one that kind of cracks me up, but they do it for marketing purposes. Like, I always love wandering the grocery store and seeing what I can find. This is kimchi fried rice mix. It's got the non-GMO sticker on there. But can someone explain to me, where's the kimchi? So it's enriched long grain rice, potato flakes, from canola oil. There we go. Canola oil could be GMO. But where's the kimchi? Can someone, this is so crazy. Serves two? This is a very bizarre product. But anyway, I digress. Let's go walk around and show non-GMO stuff. Peanut butter and jelly, you never really have to worry about GMOs here, but so many of these will stick on the non-GMO label. I think they do that for marketing purposes. It's a pretty expensive butter and they want you to feel warm and cozy. Just since I'm holding this, it's probably not something I would buy because it also has processed palm oil, which is really devastating to your health, and cane sugar, but you don't have to really worry about that. If I go one aisle over there, there is a few products that you have to worry about with GMO. Tortilla chips. Tortilla chips are made of corn. So if you're going to buy any tortilla chip, make sure it's either organic or non-GMO. That's very, very important. Corn and soybeans. So if you're eating any product that has soybeans or eating like edamame, it's got to say non-GMO. And because it's made of corn, popcorn. Make sure you always buy a popcorn that's organic or non-GMO. I actually like to buy heirloom popcorn kernels. These are non-GMO here, and heirloom popcorn is actually made from a kernel that's smaller, easier to digest, and won't get stuck in your teeth. But always be on the lookout for anything corn related that is non-GMO. It has to be. One of the trickiest places you might find GMO ingredients is in the oil used to cook the product. So I stumbled into the soup aisle here. Anytime you see something made with canola oil or soybean oil, well, that has a lot of ingredients, but there we go, organic canola oil. If it's not organic canola oil, or if it's not non-GMO canola oil, it comes from GMO plants. So if you ever seen canola oil or soybean oil, and it's not expeller pressed, and it's not non-GMO or organic, it's going to be bad news. I say expeller pressed because that's the healthier version of that, but keep in mind it has to be organic or non-GMO when it comes to those plant-based oils. Unfortunately, those oils are in a lot of prepackaged ingredients, so if you see them, keep your eye out to be organic or non-GMO. It's amazing how many foods at the grocery store are made with processed plant-based oils that are just not good for you for many, many reasons I'll get into in a minute. But the main plant-based oils you'll see at the grocery store are canola oil, safflower oil, and sunflower oil. Now, when you're shopping here at Whole Foods, it is better when it's organic and expeller pressed, but still not ideal because most stores are not expeller pressed or organic. The problem, my friends, with plant-based oils like canola, safflower, sunflower, soybean, peanut, corn oil, they're highly processed, highly refined, at high heat, and they use a chemical called hexane to extract the oil from the plant when it's not organic. And because of that, you actually alter the fatty acid, and your body and brain can't recognize it, and those processed plant-based oils are very inflammatory. Inflammation leads to a whole host of health issues. Now, the problem is you can avoid these here in the oil section. You can do a total change up and get Bobby approved oils like avocado oil, olive oil, virgin coconut oil. But the problem isn't that. The problem is behind me. A lot of these pre-processed, pre-made foods contain these plant-based oils that aren't really good for you. So let's just walk around real quick and show you where they live, but more importantly, how you can swap them out with a heart healthier oil product. Do you want cookies that are made with, what kind of plant-based oil is this going to have? Sunflower or safflower oil. Nope, we don't want that. That's highly processed. Or do you want cookies like these, which are my absolute favorite store-bought cookie because they're like a Chips Ahoy, made with healthy coconut oil? You want this. Do you want a cookie like this? A high-protein cookie made with, these guys always use palm fruit oil. We actually didn't talk about palm fruit oil back yonder, but palm oil is very common in grocery stores too. It's another highly processed, highly inflammatory oil that's also devastating to the environment because they deforest the palms, and it's really, really bad. Stay away from that. Do you want granola made with, what's this one got here? Expeller pressed sunflower oil? No, not as bad as regular sunflower oil, but still not ideal. Do you want one made with, I think this is even worse, let's see here, canola oil, not even expeller pressed. No, we certainly don't want that. We want something made with a heart healthier oil that's not processed, like, this brand's so good, raw virgin coconut oil. Now, once again, I'm at Whole Foods today, so it's going to be better than the average grocery store, but at most stores, you're not even going to see organic expeller pressed. You're just going to see straight up corn, soybean, canola oil, not expeller. Do you want mayonnaise, even though this is organic, made with organic soybean oil? No, you definitely don't want, you don't want soybean oil for many reasons, but also the reason why it's inflammatory is the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is off. So even if it's organic expeller pressed soybean oil, no. I would only eat or make at home mayonnaise made with avocado oil. These are my two favorite brands. And then a lot of brands of marinara sauce, like a Ragu or a Prego, will be made with canola and soybean oil. There's so many better options on the market. Rayo's is made with olive oil. I've never seen this one. This is the sensitive marinara sauce. It's the official sauce of Fragile Frankie Merman from Seinfeld. Oh, look at that. It doesn't have the black pepper that the normal one has, or the oregano. Maybe for black pepper, that's bad for Frankie's stomach. And even like one like this, which doesn't taste as good as Rayo's, in my opinion, but it does use extra virgin olive oil. Just stay away from those oils. We talked about palm oil a second ago. The only palm oil that's Bobby approved is, oh, here it is. This is red palm oil. I've never seen this at any other grocery store, but red palm oil is kind of like extra virgin coconut oil. It's completely unrefined, unprocessed from the red palm tree. This stuff is good. It's also expensive at $9 a jar. Why don't you see this in any products at the grocery store? Once again, Kevin O'Leary, money. It's expensive, but this is actually good for you and not bad for the environment, but nobody uses it. It boggles my mind that no tortilla chip on the market fries in high quality oils like avocado or olive oil. Every single one on the market is cooked in processed plant-based oils. Even a premium brand like this, which is organic and expensive, cooks in organic sunflower oil or safflower oil. It doesn't even say expeller pressed, but even if it were, I wouldn't want that in my body. The only one I know that cooks in avocado oil is from Siete, and it happens to be grain-free, no corn, and gluten-free. This one, the dip chip, has a different texture than the other chips. It's so darn tasty, and look at the ingredients. It's cooked in avocado oil. Every one of their flavors is Bobby approved. There's no mystery seasonings. There's no maltodextrin. It's just expensive. It's literally $1 an ounce, but I wish someone else would fry a tortilla chip in a good quality oil. I love Frontera restaurant. I love Rick Bayless, and his double roasted tomato salsa is my absolute favorite. But they cook their tortilla chips here in processed corn oil. Not sure if it's non-GMO, but either way, that's a processed oil. So be very, very careful when you're looking at these prepackaged ingredients and products that have to have good quality oil that isn't inflammatory, that isn't processed. One of the most common misconceptions about organic produce and organic food is that there's no chemicals sprayed on there, and that is false. There's always chemicals sprayed on food because the farmers have to save it. They have to prevent it from going bad or getting eaten by the animals. That being said, organic chemicals are way less bad than conventional chemicals. The USDA will allow only certain chemicals to be used for organic produce and organic food, and other ones like Roundup and others for non-conventional. So when you see something like my favorite Lacinato Tuscan kale at the grocery store, don't think that's not sprayed. It is sprayed, but the difference between organic kale and non-organic kale is staggering. I did a video about the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15. Dirty conventional kale has so many pesticides. It's actually one of the top dirty produce along with spinach compared to any other fruit and vegetable. But the organic one barely has any chemical residue. So stuff like this, you always want to get organic. Stuff like lettuce, you always want to get organic. Stuff like broccoli, actually, I've talked about, you can get conventional because they don't spray it that much because there's a natural compound in there that prevents bugs from eating it. But it's not just in the produce section. You go to the other middle aisles, anytime you see something that's organic, please don't think it's chemical free. It just has less chemicals and less harsh chemicals than the conventional stuff. Check out my Dirty Dozen Clean 15 video. I tell you what you have to buy organic and what you can save money and buy conventional. Before I leave the produce section, I was thinking about doing a video next week about how to buy, clean, and store every fruit and vegetable in the produce section. If you think that'd be a helpful video, please leave a comment down below. I think it could be a really fun one. I think one of the most shocking things about the foods in the grocery stores is how prevalent Roundup by Monsanto is used on the foods we eat every day. And it doesn't just stop at corn and soy and stuff like that. It goes to all things made with wheat, like pasta, and all things made with oats, like granola, oatmeal, and stuff like that. Now you're saying to yourself, why the heck would they spray Roundup on stuff with wheat and stuff with oats? Because it's used as a desiccant. A desiccant is a drying agent. So what they do is towards the end of the growing process of wheat and of oats, they'll spray it with Roundup, not as a herbicide, but to dry it out so it dries quicker, they can harvest it quicker and get it to market quicker. As Kevin O'Leary would say on Shark Tank, money. I get that, but you're spraying it with the most devastating of herbicides and chemicals around, Roundup. So how do you avoid that? Well, if you're going to eat pasta made with wheat, you really want to go organic. Look for organic pasta because any organic grains can't have Roundup. If you're going to eat anything with oats, look for organic oats because organic can't have Roundup sprayed on it. And I really, really think it's important. And think about all the products that have wheat in there. Pasta, cereals, the bread you eat every day. Think about oats. They're in everything. So please, 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 you don't want the glyphosates from the Monsanto Roundup in your body. Get organic. Read the ingredients. If it has oats or it has wheat, you gotta go organic. All right, fam, that is it. Those are some of my best shopping tips when you're navigating the grocery store. And those are really some of the things I really think you should look out for, because what is this channel all about? It's all about helping you become the best shopper, make some really tasty recipes, and more importantly, put the best quality stuff in your body. That's what it's all about. When you learn how to shop, when you learn how to cook, you control what goes in your body. Like I just controlled those groceries. They're gonna go in my body tonight on the live stream. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you click the bell icon below the video to get pushes whenever we go live. The only way this channel keeps growing the way it has is by you spreading the Flav City love. That's how we help everyone take control of their health. I got 2 more videos going below me right now, but I will see you soon. Rose, Desi, Art will see you soon. Until then, hashtag keep on cooking, mad love, and peace. Later.